Morning, Billy B. Good morning, Jonathan K. Good morning, JK. Exception. Extremely exceptional. Good morning. Good morning. It's a beautiful morning in Michigan. I feel bad for Arizona. I was watching the weather this morning. Phoenix. Hottest span of time ever in history of Phoenix. What are they, 50-something days in a row that they're over 100 degrees or more? I mean, every day there. At least we get rain once in a while. Phoenix is on fire. Los Angeles is supposed to be over 100 today for the first time in 3 or 4 years. I think it's hot out there, you guys. It's kind of hot out there. Phoenix. They were saying, oh my God, I should have memorized the statistics. It is hot in Phoenix. Are you out there, Free? Let's ask Free when he gets here how hot it is there. He's in Mesa. Mesa. Sharon says it's raining in Lubbock. Warm rain? Is it warm rain? Or is it chilly rain? What kind of rain do you have going on there, Sparky? Good morning. Good morning. It's a warm rain. So basically you could go take a shower out in your backyard. 18 degrees in the UK. Is it degrees or Celsius? Zombie, are you talking Celsius or Fahrenheit? Good morning, everyone. In the UK, do you guys do Celsius or Fahrenheit? Which one do you do? I can never remember Celsius. It's too hard. Remember when the United States was supposed to go to metric system? Why did we chicken out? Why did we chicken out? We didn't want to learn something new, did we? I remember like 1 year in math class, okay, everyone, we're going to learn the metric system. And then the next year was like, okay, we're just going to do our regular one again. I think they just brought the metric system in to confuse us. Right? Just leave it alone. Just let me think a yard is 36 inches. King Metro is like 19. We couldn't learn it, Billy. What was wrong with us? All we had to do was count to 100. It's so much simpler than ours. We already had too many tape measures made. Derek, so we couldn't have gone to the computer because we had a lot of slide rules around? No, it doesn't work that way. What are you talking about? We already had too many tape measures. Oh, that's a good one. Okay, Derek. Derek's on fire this morning. Derek, that was funny. Okay, that's why. It's a very clear answer. Home Depot didn't allow us to switch. Home Depot and Menards. No, you guys aren't switching. Try as you might. Try to educate the youngsters. But we're selling them tape measures. Orange tape measures. Good morning, Wazzy. We're finding out right now. We just found out. We just solved the riddle, thanks to Derek, of why the United States never switched to the metric system. Okay, all right, Joe. Oh my goodness, that's funny. Okay. Well, we have stuff to do today, but I like starting out with a good laugh. It's clear, Pops. We already had too many tape measures made. I thought it was because we weren't. No, we were 1976 was. We were considering. Hey, they mixed me all up in math. Metric systems like trigonometry to me. Okay, just telling you. The only thing I know about the metric system is 2.2 pounds equals a key. There's 28 something grams in an ounce, but that's not really a troy ounce. There's more. Now I'm getting really confused. I know I see. Even when we're talking grams, we switch it back because we're Americans. We switch it back. Okay, it's a half ounce. It's a quarter ounce. We got to go to fractions. We can't stick with millimeters. We don't do that. Okay. And then that's another one, Derek. Why'd they have to mix us up with the extra? What's with metric wrenches? What's with the metric wrench versus the standard? Why do we have to have two different kinds of wrenches? What's going on? Can't we all just get along? That's the whole metric thing. I'd like a 12 millimeter. Isn't 12 millimeter like super close to a half inch wrench? Except if you use a half inch wrench on a 12 millimeter bolt head, you're going to strip it. Cleaning, is that the only reason? Just so they could sell more tools? I don't get it. I'm not. Back in the day, I would never use metric tools. No, only standard. And then all of a sudden you're riding motorcycles that are all metric. All of a sudden everything's Allen head. Star. What's with stars? The star screw. What's with that? It was already enough that they switched from slotted to a Phillips. And then there's about 4 different levels of Phillips. You want the really tiny Phillips? A middle Phillips? Why Phillips? What's going on with Phillips? Somebody's got to look. We got to look that up. Was it somebody, Cyrus Phillips, in 1847, switched from a slotted screwdriver to he had a pointed one? Cyrus Phillips, 1847, El Paso, Texas. Did Pops just make that up? Yeah, but I feel like let's give Cyrus Phillips the credit. I bet you some of you are looking it up right now. Let me go get my tea. Cyrus. Cyrus sounds like a good name. Cyrus sounds like a good deck screws. That's another one. The T12 JW. It sounded good to me, Pops. Torques. I know torques are. Oh, I know you get a good torque and that. Stop mixing us up. Okay, knock it off. Just like back to the thing. I still want it to just be one language. One language, 4 agreements, 1 screwdriver. That's it. 1 measuring system. Keep it simple. Okay? Oh. Keep it simple. Stop confusing the kids and the old men. Hey, let's look at this real quick. I've started, man. You know what? AI's really messed up my life. Oh, cleaning metrics is so much more logical and it's like obvious. And yet we refuse to do it. Thanks, Home Depot. It's obvious that we should be on metric. Duh. The whole world should just be on metric. I hated it when they went from a 100-yard dash to the 100-meter dash. Why'd you have to do that, man? I was really happy knowing the 100-yard dash guys. Now you got to throw the 100-meter guys in there, the 200-meter, the 4. You guys, it's confusing the heck out of the sports world, too. Look at all you tool heads out there. What are you? Tool time, tool time. I hear some of you starting up your motors out there trying to show metric and Celsius should be the standard. Get out of here with Celsius, Corey. No, stick with Fahrenheit because that's 32 to 100. I can do that. 32 freezing, 100 is like you're in Arizona. I don't want to know I'm 55 degrees Celsius and I'm boiling. You know what I mean? Corey, let's do Fahrenheit for temperature and metric for, let's stick with standard until I die, and then you guys all switch over to metric. Okay? Then you guys can all switch over to metric. Nerdy, I'm with ya. Nerdy, I'm with I'm with Nerdster. Okay, wait. Wait. Is Streety here this morning? Streety. I had been off for most of this weekend. We've had a very, very rough time this weekend. And for the last few days, business-wise, and I'll talk about that a little bit more this week. Today, I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to give that any energy today. It's given too much energy, but suffice it to say that we're in the middle of a reset. Huge reset. And there's wolves in the game. People steal, people thief, and people take advantage of people. So we're in the middle of, we'll talk about that later this week and just get you guys a little more up to date where we're at, but I don't want to give it any energy today. Okay? Nerdy, it's, yeah, people steal. And it's contam, human contam. Website is still up. But the secret menu, I'm no good for about 3 to 4 weeks. On the secret menu, it's a reset. Yeah. Where's the right? And it wasn't us, it was an outside influence. But anyways, I'm already giving it more energy than I wanted to. I'll be a little more specific later in the week. Help me be in a good mood this morning. Okay? Help me, yeah, where's that one? Do you think it's going to keep me down? Give me 10 people, not 5, Wazzy, 10. Give me 10 people say this is going to put Pop in the spin cycle and he'll never come out. This is going to put Pops in the spin cycle and he's never coming out of it. Huh? Not gonna happen. We were impeccable. That's what counts. Be impeccable. And I want to be a good example to my friends out here too. And people that work with us and practice and go to the gym every day. We want to be a good example. This is how we're going to handle it. And that's true too, Ethan. It never ends. But should it? Should it end? Okay. Streety's not here. I don't see Streety. I had meant to. Good morning, Badgie. Streety wrote me a very nice long letter, and I want to give a chance. I haven't because of my own issues, I haven't given it the due diligence that it needs to return, to reply. And Streety, if you're out there, I love you more than you'll ever know. I've loved you since the day we first met online, but then in person, bromance, and it's never stopped. And I hope you see this later. You are one incredible man, human being. And I'll reply to that letter that you sent me. Streety absolutely rocks. You know that, nerdy. Some of you guys, all of a sudden, boom, Streety shows up on a motorcycle. Hey, Streety, I thought you lived in New Hampshire or something. What are you doing in Arizona? Oh, well, I was in the neighborhood. What? How'd you get in the neighborhood and you're in Colorado at a wedding? That's an interesting neighborhood. Streety sent me this. We haven't talked about hot dogs here in quite some time, right? Sharon, isn't he a great guy? We haven't talked about hot dogs here in a long time. Okay? And then we found out, what do they call what do they call them? Glickies? What do they call them, you guys? Real quick. What's the new glitzy? Glizzy. It's a glizzy. Glizzy. I don't know why, and I hate that. Stop calling my hot dog a glizzy. Okay? How about this? Would you own one of these? Just checking with you. Would you own one?
Ain't no way this motherfucker pull up with the glizzy hot tub. You got the glizzy. Boy, you preparing for personal glizzies is insane. With a one woman attached, you are a fan, sir. Ain't no way this motherfucker pull up with the glizzy hot tub.
Right, D? It sounds terrible to eat.
Boy, you preparing for personal.
But how about this one? How about that? You boil the old Coney Island and you steam the bun at the same time. It's not a jacuzzi. Oh, I get it. I just got a jacuzzi. Oh, I just got it. It's a jacuzzi for your glizzy. Gotcha. It's a jacuzzi. Okay. All right. Michael's just where? Oh, shut up and take my money. So, anybody want to send Papa Glacuzzi for Christmas? I'll take it. Okay? Send me a Glacuzzi for Christmas. Not bad. Not a bad idea. Especially if you're a wienerphile like I am. Now, real quick. AI is ruining my life. AI, I don't want to say that out loud and make it a positive. AI has the opportunity to ruin my life if I don't get my act together. How's that? AI has an opportunity to really mess with me if I don't figure it out. Half the time I'm not sure if what they're telling me anymore is true. It used to be, you see it, a picture's worth 1,000 words. Now a picture's worth 1,000 lies. You know what I mean? You're not sure. Is that real? Is the dog really driving that car? Wait a minute, I don't get it. Then the stories that they tell us about eagles pulling their claws out and they poke each other's eyes out, and then if they can see again, they can fly for another 120 years. They're coming up with all of this stuff. And you know what I have to do nowadays? I have to call in my quality control team. Brock. I go, Brock, come here. Is this real? He'll look at it, and he knows in like 3 seconds, no, Pops, it's AI. But I want it to be real. No, it's not. And he kind of throws the phone back down and walks away because it makes him mad. Not mad, but Is this one real? I'm going to show you guys one. I want you guys to tell me if this one's real. Be Brock for me. Okay? Can you guys give me 5 people. Wazzy, give me 5 people that will be Brock for me. Mike, they give me all the time. I go tell them the story. Did you hear the one about Taylor Swift? Taylor Swift she's renouncing her U.S. citizenship. No, Pops, it's AI. I don't know anymore. Like, I want to tell people stories. Oh, did you hear the one I heard? Pops, it's AI. Man, stop it with the AI. It should be a crime, huh, Mizzou? Good morning, Kev. Is this one true?
If you put 100 black ants
Wait.
and 100 red ants in a jar, nothing.
Start over. Okay. Is this true?
But if you shake the jar,
Wait.
the ants each other.
Okay, here we go.
If you put 100 black ants and 100 red ants in a jar, nothing will happen. But if you shake the jar, the ants will start killing each other. Red ants will believe black is the enemy, while black ants believe red is the enemy. But the real enemy is the person who shook the jar. Same is true in our society. Before we start to fight each other, we must ask ourselves who shook the jar. If you put 100 black ants and 100 red ants in a jar, nothing will happen. But if you shake the jar, the ants will start killing each other. Red ants will believe black is the enemy, while black ants believe red is the enemy. But the real enemy is the person who shook the jar. Same is true in our society. Before we start to fight each other, we must ask ourselves who shook the jar. If you put 100 black ants.
I like the idea. I'm totally picturing it. I'm getting it. I get it. First of all, why the eagle on this video? Why an eagle? Why does the guy sound like Barack Obama wannabe? Why is it an eagle? Why is there a panther? Why couldn't they show the ants in the jar? Why couldn't they shake the jar right there on? Why? I would have liked this a little bit better if they'd have had a pile of the black ones over here and start out picture, and then slowly zoom in. Why an eagle? Why couldn't it be a bear? Why couldn't it be a panda? How about why can't be a kangaroo bouncing across the outback? What's with the American eagle? Yeah, how about a turtle? Let's just have a nice tortoise walk. 2 or 3 of them side by side. That's Grizzly says, how about an anteater? No. He would be the enemy. How about a footage of some ants? Right? Give me some National Geographic Planet Earth stuff. So is it true or isn't it? Was that true? I know we can figure it out. I don't even know where to get red ants. Black ants come around all the time. Okay? Is it true? It sounds like it could be. It's sure a good idea, like, socio-politically. Who's shaking the jar? Part of it's true, Penny. Don't you guys think about stuff like that? Or I can't be the only one. It's a good lesson, Cleanie. But that's AI. See, they're giving us good lessons, but what if it's fake? Didn't we receive a lot of good lessons when we were kids? Huh? 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 They're still doing it. That's a good one, King. Who wants to see? You know, I'm going to save it for tomorrow. Be here tomorrow. Cleanie and Niffer Mama has had one of the mushrooms at her place. Now, where do you guys live? In the Garden of Eden? Has anybody noticed some of the pictures from where Cleanie and Nippy live and garden and farm and hike and walk and hang out? Those kids live in the Garden of Eden. Ava, are your mom and dad, Adam and Eve, tell the truth? Have you seen some of those pictures? Sandy and I are working on a road trip. Something about Mush Fast again, but we're working on a road trip, and I think we're going to start out up there. We're going to start up in northern somewhere, eastern, and work our way. And we're probably going to do 2 trips. We'll do this side of the Mississippi, and then we're going to do the other side of the Mississippi a couple of months later. Once we know what the heck we're doing. Yeah, road tripping. We're going to be... Who is it? It's Pops and Sandy. Pops and Sandy are here. Do you guys have any burritos? We're hungry. Okay. Can we sleep in the driveway? So tomorrow, we will show pictures of... No, Penny, we're coming to your house. You're going to tell Ted. Ted, stop checking all the locks. Leave one of the locks unlocked because Pops is coming. Okay? Cleanie's already got the burritos ready. How about Wazzy? Waz, we want cheese sticks. Waz, cheese sticks, please. Wisconsin. So we're looking for cheese sticks. Waz, if I showed up at your house with the cheese hat on, you know, one of those cheese hats, could I still come in? Would you? I would not, Penny. I already picture it. I picture you live in a compound. Okay? Wazzy, can I still come in? Who is it? It's Pop's Cheesehead. Just popping by. Yeah. I've all my life wanted a cheesehead, but I want it from Wisconsin. Okay, I'm going to drive by Lambeau Field. They have gift shops around there. Wazzy, do you need one? Do you need me to bring you? We'll talk more about this. We've got road trip fever. So tomorrow, give me 5 people that want to see pictures of the emotional support shroom on the Niffer Cleanie plantation. I don't want to use the word plantation on their reserve. Their private reserve. Okay? Wait till you see these pictures. Remember that one of the things we practice here is to not be envious. With these pictures, we'll see lots of reasons. Yeah, ranch is good, Pacers. We'll see lots of reasons to be envious, but then we're gonna practice not being so. But today we're out of time. I wanted to talk about where does the sayings, I was going to do a couple more, where did those sayings come from? And then we're going to jump, and I wanted to give you guys a news update. A news update. We are current events news update. Okay? Where does the saying, lock, stock, and barrel, where does that saying come from? The whole lock, stock, and barrel. Gunsmith, it means the whole gun itself. It's because the gun has three parts. It has the lock, the firing mechanism. It has the stock, the wooden butt, and it has the barrel. So basically, you're talking about a gun and the three pieces that it takes to make up an old gun. Lock, stock, and barrel. Where does the word nickname come from? Lots of us have nicknames. Pops, I'm a nickname. Was, that's a nickname. Eggs, nickname. Where does the word nickname, not nicknames themselves, from old Saint Nick. Saint Nick, when he would drop off presents to the children, he would put whatever name he felt like on the present, and then the kid from then on would say, well, that must be my nickname. Pop, stop lying. No, Penny, that is not real. Penny's like, he did? The kid had Santa Claus named him? What? What? Yeah, I got my nickname from Santa Claus when I was 4. Okay, he dropped off a present. Oh, you guys. But this is AI Pops. Oh, I got off the show the other day. I was like, Brock, why do I like doing that so much? He goes, Pops, you did that to me our whole lives growing up. My whole life, I never knew what was true and what wasn't. You would tell me 5 different things in a given day, and then I would let it boil for about an hour. And then I'd come back and clean it up. You know that thing I told you about an hour ago? Well, son. Oh, I know, he does it now too, Niff. It's like, that's one of those things you're not so sure you should have taught your kid. Nickname. Nickname. So, it used to be, back in the day, old world word was eek. This is a true story. I'm not lying this time. E-K-E, not E-E-K. An eek. An eek was an alternative name. An eek. You didn't have a nickname back in the day. You had an eek. And for some reason, it's been corrupted to be called a nickname, eek name, neek name. Now we have neek names instead of eeks. E-K-E. It's a true story. You have an eek. What's your eek? Yeah, your nickname, Oh boy. Oh geez, here we go. Adult show. If you're a stalker, we'd like you to leave the room. If you're a stalker, like I know I'm a stalker. I know, I'm a stalker. Practically, no, I know what I am. I know what I am. I'm a peeping Tom. Peeping Tom. Why isn't it peeping George? Why isn't it peeping Pops? Why is it peeping Tom? Straighty, go back and look at the show earlier. I love you, and I'll get an answer to you later. Peeping Tom. Where did that saying come from? Does anybody want to know? Give me 5 people that want to know where Peeping Tom came from, and then I'll tell you. And I won't make it up. I'll read it right off of this. I won't do a pop makeup story lie. Who wants to know where Peeping Tom? 2, 3, only 3 of you. I'm sorry, then we'll move on to a different subject. Someone named Tom was peeping, clearly. Curious Thomas. Okay, here it is. This is a long story. Here we go. Get ready for it. According to legend, a man named Leofric taxed the people of Coventry heavily. His wife, you guys will know who this is, Lady Godiva. We already found out last week that she didn't ride through the town naked. They made that up 300 years later. Come on. There was no such naked lady as Lady Godiva. She was a real person, and she makes amazing chocolate. That's it. Herbie. His wife, Lady Godiva, the lady who didn't ride through town naked, begged him to stop taxing so heavily. Leofric said he would end the tax if she rode through the streets naked. So she did, according to legend. Peeping Tom is a much later addition to this story. Everybody was supposed to stay indoors in Coventry while Lady Godiva rode through town naked. Only one guy peeped out. He opened his shutters, peeped out, and Lady Godiva going down the street, naked as a jaybird. Peeping Tom had sneakily looked at Godiva and was then struck blind. I had no idea that the original Peeping Tom was staring at Lady Godiva's nakedness because her husband was overtaxing the town. Tom goes blind. Lady Godiva never really did it. And the people in Coventry are still paying taxes to this day. That's where Peeping Tom comes from. It comes from the Lady Godiva story, where he peeped at her when she was going through town. Later we found out historically it never happened. And we also find out Peeping Tom wasn't part of the original story. That was an addition. We also find out that in addition to the addition, they additionally added that he went blind. How many people knew Peeping Tom went blind? No way. You didn't know. You have to come here to find out stuff like that. You have to come here. had no idea. Never heard. I didn't even know Peeping Tom had anything to do with Lady Godiva either. I'm just so glad to bring new and pertinent information to you guys. This is a beautiful thing. Do you remember last week or a week or so ago, we were talking about a church called Soul Quest? Soul Quest, where they had ayahuasca ceremonies. And during one of these ceremonies, a 22-year-old boy died, and they didn't get him medical attention for approximately 3 hours. The church was sued, went bankrupt, but in the meantime, they continued to hold ceremonies. They continued to do the same exact things that got them in the problems in the first place. Complete lack of accountability and ethics. Do you guys remember? I have a little follow-up on that story, okay? A new article came out just this week, which is a follow-up on that story. The ayahuasca, are you guys, give me 5 people that are interested in, I'm going to give you a follow-up on that, and then we're going to jump into the book. Let's get a little follow-up. Oh, yeah, those douchebags. Yeah. It's always good to follow up on things. I keep my... It's like, I wonder what happened with that church. What's going on? Stay involved on your information. Hearing something once and just... It doesn't do a lot for you. Staying connected, staying involved, staying with my 10% of the time I spend, I'm going to spend on research and knowing what's going on in my micro community. The ayahuasca, thank you for letting me do this. The ayahuasca church, where a 22-year-old died in controversial circumstances, has announced its closure. Oops, wrong button. Soul Quest has announced its closure. They have received a wrongful death court judgment, and they were ordered to pay $15 million in compensation to the descendants' family. Brandon Begley, who had died from hypothermia, which is caused by an excess of body water after consuming large amounts of liquid following a ceremony in which he took Cambo, a non-psychoactive secretion of a frog that is said to have detoxifying effects. So he was trying to do a detox. Licking a frog. And I'm not mean he did the lick, but it's that whole frog lick thing. An ambulance was called more than 3 years after his catastrophic seizure. This occurred over Easter weekend in 2018. The Soul Quest, okay, I was just giving you the background. Soul Quest Ayahuasca Church of Mother Earth. It's a pretty fancy name. So that's a pretty fancy name right there. Soul Quest Ayahuasca Church of Mother Earth in Orlando, Florida, originally filed for bankruptcy last month, claiming it was unable to pay the damages from the negligence lawsuit despite an annual income of around $2.5 million. This place's annual income, $2.5 million. In a lengthy public statement issued last week, the church's founder, Chris Young, a self-described medicine man, and a self-described purveyor of tribal medicine. I don't know the guy, but I'm going to call him a purveyor of snake oil. Said the church had served ayahuasca 30,000 times since its opening about a decade ago, making it one of the single largest ayahuasca churches in the world. In his comments, Young falsely attributed Begley's death to 2016, when in fact it actually happened in 2018. So this guy's giving his closing statement on why the church is going to shut down. He can't even be accurate about when the kid died. Okay? Mr. Self-described purveyor. He falsely claimed in this statement that Begley had a history of epileptic seizures. And he, according to Begley's family, he also never apologized or expressed any condolences to this day. Young also offered to help any former Soul Quest members in opening an ayahuasca church in their community. Hey, I got to shut mine down, but I'll help you start one in yours for a fee. He didn't say how much. I'll be a consultant. I'll help you start an ayahuasca church in your community. Since mine's bankrupt because I killed someone. And even though we have kind of the money to pay the people off, we're not going to. We're just going to dissolve. He was paying himself $310,000 a year. Okay? He even offered to travel abroad to help set up ayahuasca ceremonies. I am rather shocked that Mr. Young is trying to offer his apparent guidance in the opening and operation of future ayahuasca organizations, since the Soul Quest has been found by the DEA to be the antithesis of religious sincerity and safety. DEA, they're the exact opposite of religious sincerity and safety. This was according to William Chapman, the Begley family lawyer. He added information. Listen to this one, Snakeball. Soul Quest was just evicted from the property that it had leased. He was leasing it from his wife. Young said that he has begun refunding people who had signed up for ayahuasca ceremonies. The last ceremony, since they've shut down, sorry, we're going to have to refund your money for that ceremony if you're signed up. Oh, we don't have the money. He owes $51,000. And so what he has done in his, if quote unquote, if any members feel moved to help us repay these amounts, it would be a tremendous blessing, Young said. Now he's asking people that are former members, people that are probably still believe in him or whatever, hey, help me pay back that 50 grand. Goes on to say, nobody can tell you what happened to the original $51,000 reservation fees and where they are. You want to read about that, you read it in the Double Blind magazine. It's a current article in Double Blind magazine. They're out there everywhere. They popped around Pops. Just so you guys know, I have to move my my grow house. That's the big deal. Shut down. Anonymity lost. need a new spot. That spot is completely at risk now. And that's what's happened too. You'll see me, I've slowed down. You don't see me doing too much mailing anymore right now. I don't know who's watching me. I'm trying not to have paranoia. I'm sincerely trying to not have paranoia. And so I don't have a problem mailing the books and scales and things like that, but hats, things like that. But I've got to regroup here. And scammers. Turns out to be the best we can figure it. Competition in the neighborhood. Guys out there. So the best way that they can compete is get you shut down. Or at least threaten it. At least niggle their way in there. And put you in a position where you're at major risk again. And we've done, it's, Badgie, I don't even know. I mean, I know what we're going to do, but I have to spend this month getting a whole new setup, everything. Getting the old situation taken down, get a new situation. And once you get started, then there's still a ramp up time. Okay? So yeah, I'm not, I got to be honest with you. I was down in the dumps over the weekend. But not like, you know what? The 4 agreements have really helped me because I am impeccable. I didn't say that I'm perfect. Just like when I tell you I was thinking about this morning. When you say you play the guitar, are you telling somebody you're the best guitar player that ever was and you play it perfectly? No. What you say is, you play the guitar. And by inference, you're probably getting better at it if you practice. I didn't say, I pluck a little string here or there. I play the guitar. And I didn't ask you to measure how well I played it. I'm not measuring it myself. I'm playing it. And as a result of playing the guitar, if I play it a lot, I'll play it better. That's why I say now, I don't say I try to be impeccable. I'm impeccable. I'm practicing. I didn't tell you I'm the most impeccable thing ever. But as long as I tell you I'm impeccable, I'm playing impeccable. I'm practicing impeccable. Life is going to come at me with a bunch of stuff, and it gives me chances to practice. And that's the saving grace of me with my 4 agreements. Is I know I didn't do or say something that earned downtime. So I counted up to hurricanes hit nature. In nature, some trees go down. You don't blame nature. You don't say, oh God. What you do is go plant another tree. Be impeccable. It's something you are as you practice it. Does this making sense for anybody right now? You're not being braggadocious. You're not being a big mouth. You're not being overly filled with hubris. If you say, I'm impeccable, what you're doing is saying, I can hear what I just said. It went in the closest organ I have, and I can believe it if I say it. Impeccable. I'm hitting the mark more often than I'm not. And that has not always been the case. I'm impeccable. The first agreement is the most important. The first agreement is to be impeccable. And impeccability starts with your words, the things you say. What was this now? Thank you, Joe. There's the last thing I can do is give anybody new involved. This was somebody that had been involved for about 9 months and then sold us out. And this guy was like really in a situation where he had me by the balls. And it was because I trust, I believe. Even Brock didn't know where the grow house was. The first agreement's to be impeccable with your word. The things that you say are the most powerful things that you can, just like I'm telling you guys this morning, I'm saying it out loud to the world. I am impeccable. But you know who's hearing it first? My brain. I've used this example before with you guys. When you hear a recording of your voice, it doesn't sound anything like you, does it? I'm like, that's not me. I like it to sound way cooler than that. That guy sounds like Scratchy Goofy. What? Anybody sound exactly on tape, exactly like when it left their mouth what they thought it sounded like? Not very often. No, it's a different sound. Right, nerdy? You know why? Because the sound doesn't have that far to travel. It actually starts in your head. It resonates in here and all bounces around, and it's in here and it's really close to right here. And even when it leaves here audibly and goes in here, it's way closer than a microphone and replaying it on an electronic device. That's the voice that's not real. But we think, oh, the recorded one, that's me. Definitely, that's me. And I don't like it. Most of us don't. We like the voice coming out of our head straight into our ear better. It's more believable, too. Look how many of us hate our voices. It's true. You know why? Because it's not us. That thing that you're hearing over there, that's not you. The you is the one that came right out of your mouth, went around for a little bit, came out, and boom's right in there. Do you ever notice that the more you want somebody to hear you, the closer you get to their ear? If you want them to hear you, I want my neighbor to hear me right now. So what am I going to do? I'm just going to, hey, start talking around? Or am I going to go to my front door and yell across the street? Or am I going to go knock on his door, get really close to him and say, hey, I wanted to tell you something. My communication with him will be much better if I'm up close. Right? We communicate with ourselves really well. We believe what we say. Pathological liar. I know a couple. I was close to one for a while there before I would turn 30. I'd say anything I would make up anything I want. You guys know I make stuff up. Man, I could, especially you meet a girl at a bar. I don't know how many times I was a doctor or a lawyer or a business banker, or I was everything for like the next 12 hours. You're so good at it, you believe it. Then you get a little mixed up. Which one did I tell her I was? Wait, she called me back? I forget what I told her. Now you start getting in trouble. We believe what we say is the bottom line. You strongly, strongly, strongly Believe the words that come out of your mouth, more than the ones you think. It's one of the reasons there's such a thing in most religions as prayer. Saying it out loud brings it power. Leaving it inside just keeps it mixed up with all the other programs. Chanting, prayer, saying the Our Father over and over and over and over and over. You're planting beliefs physically into your brain. There's a whole science. There's a whole science. NLP. It's called neuro-linguistics programming. Neuro-linguistics programming. Look it up. It's fascinating. I used to be a neuro-linguistics practitioner. Got a little certificate, took the courses, learned what our brain does. I started new words in my vocabulary. Words in my vocabulary that are so powerful, they're negative words in my vocabulary. One of them is fail. I stopped using the word fail. I don't fail. I don't. I just get data for a new attempt. That's what I get. I change the word in my brain before I even say it out loud. If I say the word fail out loud, I'm giving it power. I try to readjust the words that come out of my mouth because they have a power. If I sit around and tell, I did it earlier today. I said, no, let me tell you what I really mean. I mean, I have an opportunity. Readjust the words that when they come out of your mouth, understand what the power of them is. And the power is first to you. We haven't even talked about the power that our words have on the people around us. We're talking about the power to ourselves. Well, I'm just a fat, ugly old. Yeah, you are. Because you said so. So you are. Well, I'm not very impeccable. Well, then you're not. Because you said so. Your brain's going to believe you. It's going to believe you. Did you ever tell a lie often enough that it was like it's ingrained in you? And it's really not even true. Most of us have one or two in there. We have a story, a life story. This happened to me, and it never did. It didn't. We have them. We can admit it. We have these life stories. We'll even tell them once in a while. It never happened. But you can believe it enough that you still have it in you to even go back in touch. Go, yeah, I remember when I told that one. I was doozying that one up for a while. You can't doozy for a while if you're like starting to believe it yourself. How do I talk positive to myself when I feel like I'm lying to myself and feel stupid? Because you're not lying to yourself, Sarah. You're not. Whatever you tell yourself is the truth. You don't lie to yourself. You only tell yourself the truth. So whatever you tell yourself is going to be the truth. That's the mix-up in here. People are taught, oh, we lie and we tell the truth. Internally, we only tell the truth. Externally, it's what we're working on, telling the truth, being impeccable with our word. The first agreement is to be impeccable with your word. We got about 8 minutes left here, you guys. It sounds very simple, but it's very, very powerful. Why your word? Your word is the power that you have to create You create things with things you say. We create whole companies. We create countries. We create flags and borders. We create religions. We create people going to hell. We create people going to heaven. We create sins of 5 different kinds of sin. We've created all with our words. Someone, somewhere very powerful, early on, started telling you these things. Oh, this is what we believe. This was his glory. It's over here. And this. They told it to you in words. They told it to you words. The things you tell your children. Are going to impact them for the rest of their lives. Are you impacted by things your parents told you when you were younger? Then how could I not understand that I'm impacting my own child, my own? Woz has got it nailed it. It's white magic. It's spells that we create. And we get to choose what kind of spells we want to cast on people. First, ourselves. What kind of spell do I want to cast on myself? I want to cast a spell of impeccability. How am I going to do that? By telling myself I'm impeccable and then practicing it. I can't tell myself I'm impeccable and then go outside and beat up the neighbor, throw trash on his yard, kick his dog, and come home and sit back down and tell everybody, but I'm impeccable. But if I say I'm impeccable and I practice trying to hit the mark, and when I miss, fix it, I'll get impeccable. We program people around us. How are we programming the people around us? Are we telling them, hey, you're a great guy? Or are we telling them, you're okay, but you don't quite measure up in this area? Oh, okay. Well, that's what you're going to create, that relationship. The most powerful power that we have is our word. It's more powerful than what we do. Just from this point of view alone. What I do, I can only do just me. What I say, I can multiply by thousands and thousands and thousands. There's a multiplication factor in the things that we say. Your word is a gift that comes directly from God. How does the Bible start? How do most religions start? See, people understand this innately, but then we religify it and create with words something different. But the creation stories that we hear throughout humanity start out with speaking something into existence. Speaking. The Hebrew word for speaking, breathing. Barasheth. It's breath. Breath. The Gospel of John in the Bible, speaking of the creation of the universe, it says, in the beginning was the Word. And the Word was with God. And the Word is God. You could stop right there. Close the thing. You're done. The Word is God. The things that you say are the things you create. You have the same power as God. Whatever that mystical idea of your God is, you are it. You're the creator. I'm sitting here in the midst of I'm having a 1 month downtime, reset everything, And guess what? At the end of the day, well, I'm feeling sorry for myself all weekend. Not quite. I'm working through it. I'm like, you know what? You created it. Me. You brought that guy on board. You trusted. You took it easy. You took weekends off and gave people responsibility that you could have had. You did it. You created it. The minute I accept responsibility for it, I can fix it a whole lot faster. Nor do I sit around and complain. Did I fail, or did I get data to do it different this time? Which happened? Which happened? He really screwed up. Oh man, he has new information to be stronger and better at it this time. So you pay a couple of months. Info to make changes. That's my neuro-linguistic programming. I change the idea in my head. I don't fail at things. I don't. Not because I'm a Superman. I just refuse to use the word fail. I replace the word fail with one simple, another F word. It fits in almost every single time. Use the word feedback. I didn't fail. I got feedback. That's a mic drop. You know how many times we sit around our lives, oh my God, I was a failure, and I said, I did it again, and oh, failure, fail. Instead of, you know what? The guy that did the light bulb. Edison guy. 1,000 different elements that he had to come up with to finally figure out the filament. He didn't fail. Not one of those 1,000 times. He got feedback. And my brain, when I taught it to stop using certain negative words, and we use them, we use the hell out of them. And we keep ourselves in prisons that we create. I'm ugly, I'm fat, I'm dumb, I'm stupid. I'm impeccable. Look at those words that are in your vocabulary that are stopping you. Change them. Reprogram them. Simply lift that word out, say that word doesn't come out of my mouth anymore. I don't create failure. I experience and create feedback. That's just one word. I probably have a list of 100 words that I refuse to use, and yet I do, because they were programmed into me when I was a kid. Nobody told me when I was a kid, don't use the word failure, use the word feedback. Let's understand why it's feedback, not you lost. No, I was taught win, lose, linear. That's what we taught. We teach it to each other. You're a winner, you're a loser. I'm a feedbacker. I'm a feedbacker. I don't know about you. Every time I do something, I'm going to get feedback. This is good stuff, you guys. We'll carry it on tomorrow. I'm sorry about the, it's very, very awkward for me because I'm used to spin the wheel and give something away. We're going to be light on that this week and maybe next. Not because of inventory as much as I'm really trying to go low profile. I'm trying to shrink. I gotta get out of one spot and into another one, and I can't let anybody see. It's got to be in the middle of the night moves, and I'm trying to shrink. I'm trying to disappear, okay, and reappear, reimagined with new feedback. I love you guys. Thank you for being here for me, with me. Watch the words you say. Watch the words we use on each other. Okay? You're going to get ready to say something to your husband today, and it's going to be that old word you always used. Use a different one this time. Use a different one this time. Thank you guys for that. I honestly appreciate it. I haven't been very specific about what's happened or why, but just understand we're starting a reset, and be patient with us. We're going to still be here. I will not stop doing what we're doing. I will never, ever be an operation like this place in Florida that is a purveyor of bullshit. We're just going to tell purveyor of honesty and truth and healthy medicines to one another. And use proper and good words about yourself, for yourself, to yourself first. Practice. Practice. You'll be a different individual. Hey, who is this guy? What the hell did he do with Joe? This guy is a totally different person. I haven't heard him say one negative thing about one person in the last 6 months. Look at him. I want to be more like Joe. And now all of a sudden you start being an example. To yourself first, but to the people around you. You get to be an example because you're practicing. And you're not perfect. Nobody looked at him, oh, Joe's perfect. They just said, geez, look at that guy. I want to be more like that. And we get to lead people. And we get to lead them. And we get to help them build bridges. Go have a beautiful day, bridge building pontiffs. And I'll see you guys here. Same much time, same much channel tomorrow. Let's use the power of our word to practice being what we are, and that's impeccable. Katie Bub, thanks for being here. Mike Baraball. Herbs, thanks for everything you do to help us out here. Melody Dawn and Michael Allen. And Mike and CCS, thanks for your help this morning, CCS. I got that done. Herbs and Katie and Mr. Marmars and Kim. You're a wonderful lady. Have a great day, doll. Joe Dees and Derek Anderson. Thank you for being here this morning, Melody. And Herbie and Badge. I love my Badgie. Hey, last week, Badgie won a prize, and he gave it away to one of you guys out there. Thank you, Badgie. Sandy, Clean Grow, Billy D, Niffy, Michael Allen, Niffy. Tomorrow I'm going to show pictures of your ranch. Trent, have a great day. Pacers and Michael Brown, Mr. Marmars and Cat Meowzilla, Joe Dees and Jolie. Good morning, Jolie. CCS and Paige, Tiffany and Sarah and Jonathan K. Look at all these people. I love you guys so much, man. Laura, have a divine day. Herbie and Mama Na. And Michael Sean T. Patterson. He is our Sean T. It's Jimmy all the way to the max. Trees stumping trees. Mr. Phillips. Cyrus Phillips from 1848. I think Mr. Phillips did the screwdriver. Wazzy, have a beautiful day, my good friend. Jennifer, you too. Mike Baraball. Pops, peace. Practice the things you say.